Most men think that performance and muscle growth comes from eating more protein and training hard. That's true, but they're missing in the big picture. They're missing in these three internal systems or this Trinity that will take you to a whole new level in terms of strength, muscle building, energy, health, and looks. So performance and growth comes internally and then will be externally. And most men have the external dial in, which is eating the protein, sleeping enough, training hard. But internal part, which is very crucial, nobody talks about it or they don't know. And I'm gonna show you here how important it is and why you should be focused on this too. So in my observation, my experience, I'd say that protein, sleep, training would be 60 to 70% of the cake. And these three internal systems or this Trinity is 40 to 30% of the cake. And this is what is going to take you to a whole new level to help you break this barrier that you're at of building muscle, strength, looking good, feeling energetic, having the best performances possible at the gym, recovering the fastest possible. So the first thing we have is the hormones, which is the power source. Hormones are capacity, power, recovery, and growth. I'm going to give you a couple examples here. Low testosterone is fatigue, slow progress, poor drive. And when you have high natural testosterone, you'll have aggression when needed, clean energy, faster recovery, and more muscle. Aggression here is not aggression of trying to fight people or nothing like that. It's aggression on standing on your ideology, on what you believe. Aggression on chasing what you want, your goals. Aggression in terms of having this motivation to do what you want to achieve your goals and all of that. When it comes to growth hormone and insulin growth factor, when it's low, you'll have slower recovery, lower muscle gain, the soft look, poor fat loss, stunted development, especially when you are in your 20s and your teens. You should be worrying a lot about this. You want to develop the best possible from your teens to your 20s. That doesn't mean that you cannot have some changes or some gains on your later 20s. And I had this transformation I'm going to show you here in a second. When you have high natural GH, IGF-1, you have rapid recovery, more muscle growth, denser, harder physique, better fat burning, better height and bone remodeling if plays are open. So important, if you're in the 20s or below, you should be worrying a lot about getting your hormones to this peak performance or peak levels. I'm going to give you here quick examples. Like IGF-1 is responsible for signaling the muscle growth, so you want this to be high for the most muscle growth. Growth hormone is the hormone of repair, to repair the tissues, the tendons and joints, and it will make it stronger because it promotes collagen synthesis, and this will give you the look of density. You've probably seen people like this. You look at a guy and say, whoa, his muscles are dense. He looks very dense. Compared to another guy, he may go to the gym, train hard, but he doesn't have this dense look. It's like more muscle maturity. So getting your hormones dialed in is very important, especially as you get older. And I made a video talking specifically about these three hormones. I'll link the video here so you can watch it next. It will be helpful, I guess. So this is my evolution. This was me at 21. I already had 2 years of training here, calisthenics, weight calisthenics and calisthenics skills. Here's 2 years later. I made a lot of progress. I'm here heavier, but I have lower body fat and more muscle. And I believe these things, this Trinity, was a big part of my progress. And also my looks changed. And here I was 21. So it was after my puberty. So I made a big progress even though I've went past the puberty. So you can see here I had some sunken eyes, eye bags, receded jawline. I had a harder time growing my beard, and I had this sick look. And 2 years later, I have a more forward growth. You can see here in the image or in the video, I have more forward growth. I forgot the name of these bones are like the orbit, the cheek bones. Orbit, I forgot. It's like they grow a bit. I have a more wider jaw and a bigger jaw, which is something I didn't have there. So to show you that even if you're in your 20s, you can have some progress. And I think I look way better now than before. Example here of one of my clients. the power of the Trinity. We got all of these things dialed in and he made a lot of progress. So here he was already working out for a whole year on his own. And here is 2 months after working with me, we did all these things. And his strength went up like crazy. He added almost 20 kilograms or 44 pounds to his bench press in 2 months. And his energy levels were the best ever, best sleep ever, best recovery, and he made more progress in these 2 months than 1 year training alone. This is just for you to see the power of these internal systems. And if you're between 20s and 40s and you want to get your physique to the next level, get your health in check, get more energy, get stronger than ever before, and this evolution inspired you, you can go in the first link in the description, book a free call. Let's see if we can work together. On my landing page, you'll have every information that you need. And if we work together for a whole month and you don't see results, you get all your money back. This is how confident I am on this. So you have nothing to lose. You just get experience and see if this works or is just bogus. Let's move to the next one, which is gut, the fuel system. I'm going to show you here how the gut works. Gut is very important because it's where you absorb all the nutrients. So when you absorb the nutrients, you have growth. But when you have problems with your gut, with your digestion, this is what happens. So when you have bad lifestyle, drugs, bad sleep, alcohol, when you eat foods that are hard to digest and have anti-nutrients, eating bad food, junk food, antibiotics, this will destroy your gut and will cause inflammation. And foods that are hard to digest can be foods that are not considered unhealthy. It could be bread, beans, some vegetables. These foods are harder to digest, can cause some problems with digestion for some people. There are people that are more sensible, can have these problems. And I once one of these people, I had lots of gut issues growing up and I fixed them all. And this is what is in my coaching too. I help people fix their guts, improve their guts to the next level so they can have more energy, better health, build muscle faster, because gut is very important because that's where you absorb all the nutrients to get you the strongest possible, have more energy, better performance, and all of that. So when you have inflammation in the gut, you have the bloating, the irritability, hard time going to the bathroom, brain fog, and poor focus. I've went through this, and this is a horrible thing. And when you fix this thing, you feel like you're powerful, you're in the top of the world. If you are watching this and you've been through this, you know what I'm talking about. And then what happens is when you have all these problems is that nutrient absorption suffers. And this will get you poor development, especially when you're in teens, at your 20s. You develop nutrient deficiency, slower muscle growth, poor hormones and neurotransmitters. Hormones and neurotransmitters are very important. Hormones, I just said, and neurotransmitters influence your hunger levels, your motivation levels. It affects your sleep too. So you have to get this thing dialed in. Your gut has to be dialed in. And when you have all these problems, you start developing immune problems in the long run. Immune conditions such as skin or any other immune condition, you start becoming unhealthy and depressed. Then we have CNS, the command center. And also, before that, I've made a video on your gut. I made a lot of videos on the gut. I'll link it here so you can watch after this video. I think it will be very helpful if your gut is a mess. So CNS, the command center. CNS drives strength. So is the following. Your brain gives the muscles a signal and the muscles give the output. And when this is not working well, you'll not have the best output, right? And one important thing is if you fry your CNS, your lift will weaken, your motivation dies, recovery slows, hormone crash, coordination and skills drop, sensitivity to pain increases, sleep quality tanks, reducing digestion and appetite, weaker immune system. And I've been through all of this, and this is horrible. And the more experience I get with training, the more I think about recovery, the more I promote recovery, because I know how this sucks and this will kill your performance in the gym. You can injure yourself pretty fast. And a lot of people commit this mistake. They train too hard. They think that doing more is better for getting stronger or building more muscle, and it's not the case. You should be worrying a lot about recovery, and this is what I do in my coaching too. A lot of people say, whoa, it seems like it's not much. We're not doing much. But in 2 months, 1 month, they say, oh, I've made a lot of progress and I didn't do that much because the recovery was on point. And when your recovery is on point, your hormones will be on point. And what you need for a good CNS is fats, minerals, deep sleep, and low inflammation eating or diet. This will help rebuild the CNS faster than anything else. And then there's lifestyle changes that you have to do to make this be the best as possible, like being in a parasympathetic state or a state of calmness. Not let your cortisol spike that much because this influences your CNS. And how this Trinity works: when you have the power, which is the hormones that fuel the gut, plus the command, you have peak performance, peak health, and muscle, and you look better, the best ever. When your hormones, gut, and CNS align, you get higher testosterone, faster recovery, stronger lifts, more muscle, clearer focus, more energy, you look better. And I left here a free shopping list, food guide, meal ideas that I do, my clients do. It's not the same because everyone's individual, but you'll have an idea of what to eat to promote all of these things I just spoke in this video. And yeah, it will be in the second link in the description. I hope you like it. Give me a feedback if you like it or not, what I can do better. I can update it for better. And if you're interested in coaching, go in the first link in the description, book a free call. Let's see if we can work together. See y'all in the next